So we'll go ahead and get started. Thank you for everyone who is attending and anyone who's going to be watching this later. I'm Sergeant Kendrick, a local Air Force recruiter, also the Community College of the Air Force representative for this region. Definitely wanted to bring this information to you all, especially the schools in the local area, to let you all know some of the educational opportunities the Air Force has to offer. There's quite a few. However, today we're going to talk about the Community College of the Air Force, which is our most popular benefit when it comes to enlisted education. So this info session is going to be about 30 minutes, and there will be a section at the end for questions and answers. A lot of this information, it's not going to be something you may remember just from this presentation. So if you have further questions or are interested in learning more about our educational programs, you can always reach out to us at your local Air Force recruiting office. We are the one on Stop 11 in Greenwood. More than welcome to help you out. If you're not from this area, then you definitely can reach out and find your local recruiter via Google, or you can reach out to myself and I can link you up with somebody that's in your area. Anybody who's watching live, feel free to add your questions to the chat box if you have some throughout, and I'll be sure to answer those towards the end. But I also open up the floor to towards the end to ask any questions live as well. All right, so let's get started. So this PowerPoint, this presentation is going to talk a little bit about the Community College of the Air Force and what we have to offer. So we're going to go over a background of the Community College of the Air Force, what we do, what are CLEPs and DANTES, the AU Associates to Bachelor's Cooperative Program, the GEM program, certification programs, a summary and questions. All right, so some parts we'll talk more about than others. There is going to be some data as well on here that we'll kind of go over as well. Okay, so a little background about the Community College of the Air Force. So founded in 1972, regionally accredited through the Air University by the Southern Associations of College and Schools. Students are enrolled upon graduation from basic training, and they earn the first 4 credits towards their degree completion. So anybody who enters the Air Force is going to automatically be enrolled into a 2-year associate's degree program through the Community College of the Air Force. And that is linked with whatever job and career that they're in the Air Force as. So for example, if a person was to enlist as a security forces military police officer, then their associate's degree program would be in criminal justice. Okay, so what we do. So we award associates of applied science degrees to all enlisted members. Okay, we have about 119 career field focused degree programs. So really, like I stated earlier, all of our careers that individuals will enlist under will be linked with a degree program, which is very, very crucial and important to know, because these individuals not only will be joining the Air Force, but they'll be automatically enrolled into school as well. So it puts them on a good path to make sure that if they are trying to join the military as a career option, they're still building a foundation and earning their education at the same time. We also have 4 certification programs, which we'll talk a little bit about as well. The most popular one is the COOL, Air Force COOL, which allows individuals to get certifications linked through their actual career. I've used this program and actually recently obtained my project management certification through Air Force COOL. It's a very good program. It allows individuals to find certifications that they may not even know are linked to their job, but then also allow them to pay for their testing for that certification. And they have a monetary cap of $4,500 each year, or a lifetime, excuse me, that they can apply for certifications. But once they meet that cap, then they can no longer use that program. However, you can probably get a good amount of certifications with that amount of money. All right. The Community College of the Air Force is affiliated with 112 Air and Space Force schools with over 6,000 CCF faculty members. So this college has a physical location. However, they don't administer classes from that physical location. It serves more as the headquarters. We do have locations worldwide because anybody who's going to a technical training is attending a Community College of the Air Force course, okay? There's 22,000 degrees awarded annually, and as of 2017, there was 512,453 degrees awarded, okay? Okay, so just some data. In 2009, CCF awarded more than 3 times the number of associate's degrees as any other 2-year college in the country. Okay, in 2017, 24,240 degrees were administered or earned, excuse me. So it's a little bit above the average now. The graduating class of April 2007 had 11,741 degrees confirmed, and that number continues to stay consistent with the recent grads of 2020 as well. Due to the pandemic, I was unable to find some more recent data from 2020, but the approximate 22,000 individuals awarded degrees is very consistent because, as I stated earlier, everyone who's entered into the Air Force is automatically enrolled into the Community College of the Air Force. And it's not difficult to receive this degree. Some other statistical data. So the percent of enlisted members with degree in the service, 2-year degrees awarded. So as you can see, the Air Force definitely is way ahead of the other services in this realm. And that's because we actually have an institution, the Community College of the Air Force and Air University, that's linked with our service. So these members are highly encouraged, and we make it very, very easy for them to actually go to school and earn those 2-year degrees. This also shows some data as far as the percentage of individuals with the Community College of the Air Force degrees and at which rank. So as you can see, the higher you get in rank, the more likely you're going to have your Community College of the Air Force degree. So if you come in as an E2, E3, maybe at that time you joined and you're not necessarily wanting to go to school immediately. By the time you become an E5, E6, especially E7, those certifications and degrees become very, very important to you when it comes to making rank, when it comes to certain positions. So the CCF is something that more than likely, at least by E7, you will mandatorily have. But if you're an E5 or E6, that's when you typically would start thinking about it and wanting to finish that degree up. Myself personally, I've earned my first CCAF, Community College of the Air Force degree, when I was only an E4. So it's not uncommon for that to happen. However, most E4s, E3s are still getting accustomed to the military. Maybe they joined the military to not go to college right away. And that kind of prompts that delayed response of getting that degree. All right, so CLEPs and DANTES. So CLEPs and DANTES, these are examinations to where individuals could take these tests and they could test out of a subject. So when I joined the Air Force, I taken some dual enrollment courses to where I've had English 101, 102, statistics, and I believe a music appreciation course. So when I went to get my CCAF degree in the Air Force, I had some of the prereqs. Now the remainder prereqs, public speaking, the science, excuse me, the additional business class, managerial classes you may need. I didn't have those. So what I did was I signed up for a CLEP, college level examination, and I basically went to my education center on base, which is on every base, and there's sign-up sessions to where you can sign up to either take one CLEP or you would take one course. So for the first course I took, it was a marketing course, and you can schedule yourself to take the exam at a certain time. So I scheduled myself 30 days out. Within that 30 days, you can go to the local library on base and rent out study books for that area that you're going to take the CLEP for. And you can study, and after 30 days, you can take that CLEP. If you pass it, then you'll earn that college level credit. If you don't pass it, then you can retest. However, you would have to pay for it at that point if you have to retest. On base, we have what we call CLEPathons as well. So CLEPathons is when you can sign up, and for a block of time, you can take as many CLEPs as you want to. So as many as you can fill in that time, earning as many college credits as you would like during that time with the CLEPathon. These are also free, but once again, if you do not pass the first time and you want to reattempt it, then there's going to be a fee at that point. Okay, these credits are accepted by approximately 2,900 colleges and universities. So what that means is that the majority of folks who receive these credits are able to apply them to their bachelor's degree program if they continue to pursue higher. I was able to apply all of mine that I received with my CCAF, and I was able to apply them towards my bachelor's. It's definitely something you can do. So DANTES are defense activity for non-traditional educational support. So this is similar to the CLEPs. It's just a different test administrator. Same principle applies. If you take another way that you can kind of maximize your opportunities is if you take a marketing test and maybe you don't do so well, maybe the next time you can take a CLEP. And the CLEP, I mean, if you take a Dante, you don't pass that, you can take a CLEP or vice versa, to where you're still able to have a second chance at taking the same course, but it's free. Now, if you end up not passing both of them, then unfortunately, you're going to have to pay a fee to retest, right? These don't take that long to complete either. So in a matter of hours, you can earn these college credits, and that will help you earn your degree rather quickly. So I CLEP'd, I think I CLEP'd about 4 or 5 classes that I needed for my CCAF. And the only one I didn't pass, I believe, was a human resources CLEP. And I think I was having actually a headache that day. And I just went ahead and submitted the test anyway and didn't make it. But I definitely passed public speaking, marketing, as I said before. Sociology was one of them as well. I believe I took a business class and also, advertising class. So these are all things that you can do to earn those college credits. All right, so this is one of the programs I was talking about earlier. So General Education Mobile, it launched in 2009. It's a distance learning partnership with the community college and four-year schools, linked CCF students to online general education courses available 24/7, 365 via the Air Force Education's portal, and deployment friendly. Okay, so this is another resources individuals have that they can be linked after in pursuit of their CCAF, where they can be linked to online general education courses. So just like the CLEP, except for you would actually take a course, but it's another resource that you will have in case you're deployed overseas and maybe you don't have time to do an in-person class. This is a portal that you can go on to find those online courses to help fulfill your degree requirements, okay? An online education is very, very crucial for an individual that may be in the military, because not all the time are you blessed with being stationed somewhere that is close by educational institutions that you can attend in person. Now, me being here in Indianapolis, it's a lot more easier to do that because there's so many colleges locally where I'm at. However, for somebody who's stationed, let's say in Saudi Arabia, or stationed in a place that's remote, maybe Honduras or Turkey, it may be a little more difficult for them to find an in-person institution that they are able to go to. So this is where this comes in and is helpful. So this is also created to reduce the delay in completing the CCAF. So once again, it just makes it easier for individuals to complete their community college or Air Force degree. This degree is important because it's something that can help you be very marketable on the outside. So not only are we giving you the job skills in whatever career you're in, you're also going to have the experience. And then on top of that, you're going to have a 2-year associate's degree that further proves that you're qualified in that position. And when you create your resume, that's going to be something on there that you can add to make you even more marketable in the civilian sector if you decide to get out. So as you can see, about 1,628 courses offered, 74,409 students have enrolled in 85,103 courses to this date. Okay, so these are some of the schools that are linked through this program to where they can find those online courses. So as you can see, some of these places, are well-known universities. Also, you can see they're in different places. So you got some in Florida, you got them all over the place. American Military University is very popular as well, but these are all institutions that are linked with the Air Force, okay? Okay, AU Associates to Bachelor's Cooperative Program. So this is another great program. So once you get your CCAF and your 2-year degree, the Air Force continues to inspire you and encourage you to pursue further education. So you should be inspired to pursue a bachelor's, and then after that a master's, and maybe further if you choose to do so. The Air Force makes this easy, where it connects CCF graduates with online bachelor's degree program. So we have 63 military-friendly school partnered, offering 231 programs. Okay, so this is going to allow a person to take their CCAF, okay, and allow them to add 60 semester hours through this program for them to earn their bachelor's degree. So they don't have to go through the hassle of making sure that their degree is accepted by the registrar of whatever school they apply to, because the schools are already linked with the Air Force. Now, can they still use their CCAF to go to a different school outside of those 63 military-friendly schools? Of course. But it may be something to where they actually have to go through the process to make sure all of their credits on their CCAF match up. Because some of your credits on your CCAF are going to be military courses that a school may not be familiar with, but they're actually accredited courses. If you take a leadership course in basic training, a civilian school may not recognize that kind of course. These schools, however, are already linked with the Air Force, so it makes it easier for an individual to transfer those credits. Okay, you can access this from the Air Force portal. So the Air Force portal is a hub to where individuals in the Air Force can complete all of their education requests, gain information about the Air Force, submit any military record updates. Anything can be done through the Air Force portal. So there's an Air Force education portal that individuals can sign up for this program and get themselves linked up with it as well. So 106,588 students enrolled and 204,591 courses. Okay, so this program is popular because if you're looking to get your bachelor's, you can definitely link yourself up to make this easier. Myself personally, I did not use this program. I have earned my bachelor's while I was in the Air Force. And my school I went to, I had to go through the process of making sure my credits from my CCAF transferred over to start my bachelor's degree program. And there were some that didn't transfer over, and there were some that did. So just goes to show you, this is a program to make sure that process is seamless for most individuals. And these are the schools that are linked with that program. So once again, you know, some schools that you may recognize, Embry-Riddle, you may recognize Old Dominion. So there's a few on here: University of Maryland, University of Oklahoma, University of Phoenix. There's a lot of individuals and institutions that are linked with the Air Force that provide these educational opportunities. It makes it easier. Indiana State University, as you can see, is on there as well. Okay, so certification programs. You have the Professional Manager Certification Program. This is a great program as well. It allows individuals to be certified as a professional manager. And a lot of individuals in the Air Force, the majority of them, are going to be in leadership positions to where they're acting as managers, as leaders. So this program allows them to earn a certification, once again making them more marketable in the civilian world, to take those military skills as a supervisor, as a leader, as a manager, and be marketable in the civilian world, whether that be working for a company, starting their own business, etc. CCAF instructor certification. This is also something that's crucial. So as I stated earlier, the Community College Air Force is worldwide, and any career training is going to be linked to the Community College Air Force. So these instructors who are also military members, they have the opportunity to earn instructor certifications for teaching. Okay, so some of them are mandatory, but they may have opportunities to earn additional certifications. As you can see, there's 3 tiers, and it shows how many were awarded to this date. Air Force Airframe and Power Plant certification, also another popular one. If you have individuals that are interested in this type of field, this is a certification that in the civilian world is in high demand. If you go out to be employed for aircraft mechanics or something involved in that workspace, having that certification is sometimes something that is expected of you to have, or sometimes makes you more marketable than your competition who may not have it. And then we talked about Air Force Cool. This program, as I said earlier, is a program to where you can receive certifications that fall within the category of your Air Force specialty code. So it allows you to look up certifications that are aligned with what job you're doing in the Air Force, and the Air Force has a cap of money that allows you to earn those certifications. My project management certification was one that was aligned with my role as a recruiter, and I was able to earn that, which the PMP, Project Management Professional Certification, is huge in the project manager world, okay? Salaries could increase because of having certifications. Job opportunities could increase. Breadth of knowledge also increases. Okay, so when you have an individual who enrolls into the Air Force and enlists, and they're enrolled into the Community College of the Air Force, they're always going to be aligned with a supervisor throughout each part of their career. So when during the recruiting process, I serve as their supervisor, as their recruiter. And that supervisor is going to help them and guide them through their Air Force journey. So when an individual eventually gets to their first base, they're going to have a supervisor that's going to guide them through their first base. And when it comes down to applying for school, getting your CCF started, that's what your supervisor is there for. Okay, so they're going to set a good example. Typically, they're going to have their CCF degree already. They're going to reinforce the value of education. Like I explained earlier, the Air Force harps on education and making sure that that is a priority for our airmen. And they're going to encourage early completion of the CCAF degree. Okay, so education is the #1 reason airmen enlist to the Air Force. So this is something that's very, very important to us. And as a supervisor, as a leader, as a recruiter, this is something that we not only highly encourage our folks to do, but we also do it ourselves to make sure that we have our ducks in a row. My supervisor who supervises me, he's working on his master's degree. I have my bachelor's. So we continue to have individuals in those supervisory roles that are promoting their airmen to do the same, because we all understand that wearing the Air Force uniform, it's not something we can do our entire lives. So we have to make sure our airmen are set up for success if they decide to transition to the civilian world or pursue a different career. Okay, so summary of what we went over: a background of the Community College of the Air Force, what we do, CLEPs and DANTES, the AU Associates, the Bachelor's Cooperative Program, the GEM program. We went over some other certification programs. And we talked about tying that all in and how the Air Force and supervisors help continue to highlight the benefits of education for individuals joining the Air Force. Now, are there any questions? I know we have Patty. Do you have any questions about anything we went over?
No, I don't. Thank you.
Okay, great. So this presentation is being recorded. It's also going to be shared with all the local schools. This is something that we're trying to do to continue to share information for the local schools, parents, community during this season of the pandemic, because we understand that a lot of in-person contact is not something that we can do at the moment. So probably about each month we'll have a presentation. It'll be over different topics. So next month it may be over an entirely different subject in the Air Force. But this is just to help spread information about the Air Force, but also about opportunities that students and community members may have through the Air Force that we make very easy to obtain. Okay. And where are you from, Patty? Are you from a school?
Sorry, I was on mute. My son is here with me. Yes, we're from Franklin Community.
Awesome, awesome. So I'm glad, first of all, you attended. That means that the school definitely shared this information, and I hope you all found this helpful. And furthermore, maybe you can share it with other folks and can attend the next one. This is something that's kind of new, so we're still trying to make sure it's advertised to as many folks as possible. But definitely glad that you all were able to attend and learn this information, okay? All right, well, the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to type my contact information here in the chat. And I'll give you a minute to write that down if you have any further questions. And then after that, we'll wrap this session up and be on the lookout for the next session. Give you a moment to write down that. And then you can reach us. That's my work cell phone number. Our office is on stop 11. This is also our office number. The cell phone number is a little easier to reach us at. And it's myself, and I have an office partner as well. So if you can't reach me, my office partner can definitely assist as well and provide any information. And if you all are interested in potentially joining or starting the process, we can help with that as well. Definitely.
So Grant, he's a junior, and we're just starting to explore options and things that are out there. This is good information.
Definitely great. Yeah. So and like I said, I'll be sending out some more information about the next one, and hopefully you all continue to attend these and learn as much as you can, and make a better informed decision when that time comes.
Great.
All right. Well, thank you all, and I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing and log off, and looking forward to seeing you all in the future. Okay.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Bye-bye.